Sorry, I don't know what I do sometimes. How you doing, April?
I am doing great. I'm April with Loan Depot. Welcome to Real Talk with Rene and April. Rene, I noticed, I feel like a switch kind of went off with some of the folks this week that being in quarantine, I feel like they're starting to come out now, and I've gotten a lot of calls for refinances. So I wanted to check in with you and see what's going for you.
Yeah, you kind of hit the nail right on the head. A lot of folks. So we've been in communication with a lot of our buyers that you and I have together, and other buyers that I have, and sellers. The sellers are still kind of hesitant to put their homes on the market, but the buyers are definitely very, very active. This last week, I think every single day, virtually and physically, we've been able to show property out there in our communities. We've written some offers, and one of the things that and I think I might have shared with this before with you, is that we're writing offers, and anything under 600 range, somewhere around the 500 range, there's a lot of competition out there, so a lot of buyers are going out there with the mentality thinking, hey, well, there's probably not a lot of foot traffic. So if it's 550, I'm going to offer 500,000 and see if I get it. Well, that's not really happening. People are going to have to outbid each other now on that particular price point. And that is still continuation of what we were dealing with from the beginning of the year, right? So, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. I think the buyers all kind of called each other and said, hey, let's go out and go do some home shopping this week. And I think it has to do with all the rates and stuff that they're seeing on the news. I think people are just getting motivated and they're getting started. I mean, people are going to have to make moves no matter what, right? So, but anyways, current market right now in Santa Clarita, 348, just so you guys know, 348 active listings. Under contract and pending 285, and we have 283 close escrows in the last 30 days. So the number, still very low inventory, great opportunity for sellers to list their home. And man, the market's just active. So it just it's an indication of what we've been dealing with this last week, is the market is very, very active. And I know, April, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, because it's something that keeps popping up this last week, especially with some of our buyers that were not pre-approved with you. Now they're not pre-approved. And,
Right.
There's a lot of different, I call them shenanigans out there, right? Because somebody said, hey, you're ready to go shop. Oh, wait, stop. You can't do that right now. You don't qualify for this. Can you elaborate a little bit on this?
I certainly can. And we've been hearing this a lot this week. And the previous week, the liquidity in the market is almost zero, and lenders are having a really hard time filling that gap when they have loans in the pipeline that they can't fulfill those promises. I'm just going to use an FHA loan for an example. It used to be that the guidelines for FHA, we underwrote to the T, everybody. Other lenders had overlays. The banks have a little overlay. Well, now they are starting to make their own guideline changes. They're raising FICOs, they're raising requirements for debt to income ratios, and this is not across the board. So depending on if you're positioned with a good lender like Loan Depot, where we're running on all cylinders, or somebody who is maybe not as successful or doesn't have the capacity to fulfill those particular loans. I know on the banking side, I have a very good friend at one of the large banks, and all the loans in the pipeline that were refinanced cash out, regardless, they were final approved, they had appraisals, they said, sorry, we are not closing on these deals. And they basically had to cancel out their entire pipeline. So, and we heard last week also Chase, they changed the requirements on FICO score. So 700 FICO, 20% down. And their cash out requirement, they need 18 months reserves.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of changes going on. So make sure that, you know who you're with, and that they're going to have the liquidity to get those deals done.
Now, April, I know that Loan Depot is a national company, but you guys have a large pool of lenders that you guys work with, right? So when somebody works with you, the difference between somebody working with you or working with a Chase lender, can you tell us a little bit about that? What will be the biggest?
Yeah, absolutely. We have our own portfolio of loans that we close under Loan Depot, and we pull those off and basically go to Fannie or Freddie. Some of the broker options that we have a couple that are not suspended for jumbo, where we can still lend on a few jumbo programs. Our non-QM stuff that we were brokering to, so our bank statement loans, those have gone away. So we're mainly focusing on what Loan Depot can close in the conforming high balance space, VA, FHA.
Wow. I even heard that some of the brick and mortar banks out there right now, they're turning away a lot of their jumbo loans. They're not,
Yes.
they can't do them, huh? Oh, wow.
I know for Wells Fargo, for example, they you have to have 250,000 with their bank. Even if you have 250 that you want to move from Chase to Wells to do a jumbo loan, they will not accept you. So
Wow.
yeah, make
So,
sure you know who you're dealing with, because things are changing.
yeah, they absolutely are. And you know what? I think, the biggest recommendation we can give you out there as a buyer and also as a seller, right? Because it's a big, if the seller is just reviewing offers and they're looking at, some of these lenders that they're saying that their buyer is pre-qualified, they may not be pre-qualified. So right now it's probably really important to have somebody else screen those offers for them, right? Have maybe a
Yep,
second set of eyes, take a look at that pre-approval and make sure that they're good, right?
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
If you're a buyer, you probably want to call your lender now and make sure that everything still stands, because you don't want to just go out shopping and go into escrow. And the next thing you know, God forbid you spend the money on inspections and appraisals and
Yes,
everything else only to find out that you don't qualify to buy the home. I mean, think how frustrating would that be for somebody? But anyways,
absolutely.
call us. I'm Rene
Yes.
Enriquez with HomeSmart Real Estate here in Santa Clarita. My number is 661-565-4979. You can also reach us at www.scvhomematch.com. And April, how can they get a hold of you?
I'm April Wright with Loan Depot. My number is 818-383-0518.
April, thank you so much for that information. It's so valuable for a lot of these buyers. And please give us a call. There's no strings attached with us. We want to definitely help you out. We want to make sure that if you're pre-approved, ready to go, you're ready to go, right? You
Right.
get that.
Keeping it real.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks. I'll
We'll
see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.